Declare to make a transformation because I am going to share 2 simple principles that can help you stop overthinking, spiraling, or even being frozen by fear. They completely changed the way I live and helped me get out of my head. When I finally got this, I stopped letting fear run the show. I stopped letting it control my mind, my body, my energy. And I started living calmer, clearer, more confident. The 2 principles are only love is real, only now exists. And once you start practicing them, fear loses its grip. Let's start with only love is real. Here's the deal. Fear, judgment, resentment, they feel real, but they are lies. Anything other than a loving thought is false. Fear is almost always about the future. Think about it. When you're afraid, it's never about what's happening right this second. It's about something that might happen. That's why we call fear false evidence appearing real. It's your mind creating a scary story and selling it to you like it's a fact. Picture this. You're about to post something online, and suddenly the little voice in your head pops up. You start to think, what if people judge me? What if I embarrass myself? What if I look dumb? But notice nothing's even happened yet. You haven't even hit post. That fear is an illusion. Now here is the shift. According to A Course in Miracles, a miracle happens every single time you choose love over fear. So when you catch yourself in that spiral and reframe it, like saying, wait, maybe this post will inspire someone. Maybe this is exactly what someone needs to hear today. That's the miracle. The key is to practice becoming the observer of your thoughts. Without judgment, without criticizing, you just observe them. So instead of spiraling about that post, you can pause and say, oh, there's that fear again. That's not me, that's just a thought. And then you remind yourself, I am not my thoughts, I am the awareness behind them. Once you see that the thought isn't who you are, you can choose again. You can choose a loving thought. This is the first of my 3-step framework, think, choose, be. Notice the thought. Ask, is this love or fear? And trust me, anything other than a loving thought, just ignore it. You have my permission to ignore it. The second principle is only now exists. Our minds love to time travel, right? Haven't you noticed that? It loves to drag you into the past, replaying that mistake you made, that thing you said, the moment you wish you could change. But other times, it launches you into the future, stressing you about something that might go wrong, replaying conversations, spinning out on the what ifs. But the only thing that's real is what's now. The past is over. The future isn't here yet. The only thing that's real is this moment, this breath. Have you ever laid in bed at the end of the day, staring at the ceiling, replaying something dumb you think you said at work? And your heart begins to race and your body tightens up. Why is that happening? Because in reality, you're safe in your bed. The only stress is coming from your mind. It's dragging you into the past. But when you bring yourself back to the now, the present moment, and you feel the sheet and you notice your breath, hear the quiet in the room, you realize there's no problem here. That's the gift of presence. And this is where the choose step comes in the think, choose, be framework. Because the now is the only place you can actually make a choice. Not yesterday, not tomorrow, right now, right here. So you ask, what do I want to choose in this moment? Fear or love? The choice is always yours. Now here's where only love is real and only now exists. Ties into the 3-step framework. Think, choose, be. This is how you live those truths. Imagine you're in an argument with your partner. Your first thought is defensive. They don't appreciate me, they don't this, they don't that. That's fear talking. But instead of reacting, you pause, think. This is a fear-based thought. And then take a breath, bring yourself back to the now, and then choose. What's the loving perspective? How can I respond instead of react? Your energy shifts, your voice softens, and suddenly the whole conversation changes. That's be. That's embodying peace in real life. That's what it looks like to live unbothered. Let's try this out. Bring to mind a fear-based thought you've been carrying. Maybe about money, maybe about work, maybe about love, and hold it gently in your awareness. Don't fight it, just notice it, okay? Now remind yourself, fear is false evidence appearing real. This thought is not truth, only love is real. Take a deep breath in, and when you exhale, let it go. Picture that thought drifting away like a cloud. Now ask yourself, if only love is real, what's the loving perspective I can choose right now? Feel the shift in your body. That's think. That's choose. That's be. So here's what I want you to remember. If you're taking notes, write this down. Only love is real. Fear is a lie. Love is the truth. The past is gone. The future isn't here. Only now exists. And every time you notice a thought, choose love. Return to presence. Create a miracle. This isn't about being perfect. It's about practice. And in the Unbothered course, I'll guide you through how you can make this practice your way of life. So that peace isn't something you chase. It's who you are. Because when you live in the now, you become unbothered.